Scaredy Crow.
Scaredy.
Can you sit on your bottom, please?
Everyone needs to be.
So everyone can see. On a large farm in the country lay a cornfield, and in the middle of the field stood one lonely scarecrow. The scarecrow was made of hay, and he wore old clothes with a floppy hat on his head. He had one job to do: scare the animals away from the field so they did not eat the corn. But there was one itsy-bitsy problem. The scarecrow was afraid of animals. In fact, he was afraid of everything. He was a scaredy crow. When crows flew by in the day, Scaredy Crow would say, "Oh no, here come the crows. Please don't peck at my hay." Then, instead of trying to scare them, he would shake his head, wave his arms, and shout, "Crows, crows, go away. Come again another day."
You didn't get one?
And the crows flew away. Oh, he has one.
What?
Oh, Alana's going to open it. When bats swooped by in the night, Scaredy Crow would squeal, "What's that? It must be bats. Please don't screech at me." Then, instead of scaring them, he would close his eyes, cover his ears, and yell, "Bats, bats, don't attack. Please leave and don't come back." And the bats swooped away. Can you on your bottom, please? Scaredy Crow really was scared of everything. But what he didn't know was that everything was scared of him. His waving and shaking frightened the crows during the day. His yelling and screaming worried the bats through the night. Everybody was scared of each other. Then, one day, a little brown field mouse moved to the farm. All the animals greeted him. The mouse noticed Scaredy Crow standing by himself in the field. "Who's that?" he asked his new friends.
The one's sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
No, he's awake.
I think he's just laughing so his eyes are closed.
And he's not.
"Whatever you do, stay away from the scarecrow. He's scary," the bats and crows warned. "He loves to yell and will catch you if you go near him." The little mouse looked back at Scaredy Crow again. He didn't look scary at all, just very lonely.
They're gonna be eating his. Has his lunch.
Okay, Zane, can you sit on your bottom, please?
That's okay.
If the animals hadn't greeted me when I moved to the farm, I might have been all alone, thought the mouse. Maybe all he needs is a friend. So the little mouse scurried into the field.
Mommy, look at them and just sit on it.
When Scaredy Crow heard the little mouse, he closed his eyes and shrieked, "Eek, a monster!" But even though Scaredy Crow startled him, the little field mouse did not run away. He waited patiently for Scaredy Crow to calm down, and then said, "Hello, my name is Tiny, and I would like to be your friend."
What?
"You want to be friends with me?" asked Scaredy Crow. He never made a friend before. He was always too scared. Tiny smiled and said, "Yes, I do. And might I add, you are certainly not as scary as the crows and bats told me." "They are scared of me?" asked Scaredy Crow. "How could that be?" "They are scared because you always yell and wave your arms at them," said Tiny. "They think you want to catch them." Scaredy Crow knew what it felt like to be scared, and the last thing he wanted was to frighten the other animals. "What can I do to show them that I'm not scary?" he asked Tiny. "Let's invite the animals to the field so they can meet you," Tiny squeaked. "Then you can show them what a nice scarecrow you are." gathered all the animals and brought them out to the cornfield. The animals were nervous. What would the Scarecrow do? "Hello, Scaredy Crow," Tiny said. And instead of shouting and waving, Scaredy Crow smiled and said, "Hello, friend. Would you like some corn on the cob?" You guys like corn on the cob, don't you?
Yeah, I like corn.
Soon, everyone was laughing and having a great time, and Scaredy Crow wasn't scared of anything anymore. Well, almost anything.
You like that? These are sticky. These are when we put the hands on them.
Is that sucker sticky?
And
that a
why
good
was
book?
he in the bottom just like a square?
Was that a good story or
When
what?
we put this
It
in
was
our
good.
mouth, you touch it, you get sticky.
Right.
Did you guys like that story? That was perfect for Halloween
Anderson
coming up.
came in at like 10:20.
Yeah, I read that down.
You guys want to read another story?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we have to finish our suckers.
I have a pocket for corduroy.
You're reading this one?
No, I'm reading this one. Late one summer afternoon, Lisa and her mother took their laundry to the laundromat. Lisa carried along her toy bear, Corduroy.
After that one, you can read that one.
No. The laundromat was a very busy place at this hour. "Now, Corduroy, you sit right here and wait for me," Lisa said. "I'm going to help with our wash."
I like this book.
Corduroy waited patiently. Then he suddenly perked up his ears. Lisa's mother was saying, "Be sure to take everything out of your pockets, Lisa dear. You don't want your precious things to get all wet and soapy."
And this is very sticky.
"Pockets," said Corduroy to himself. "I don't have a pocket." He slid off the chair. "I must go find something to make a pocket out of," he said, and he began to look around.
What kind of sucker is this?
First, he came to a pile of fancy towels and washcloths, but nothing was the right size or color. Then he saw a huge stack of colorful clothes in a laundry bag. "There ought to be something in there to make a pocket out of," he said. Without hesitating, he climbed inside the bag, which was filled with pieces of wet laundry. The dampness didn't bother Corduroy in the least. "This must be a cave," he said. "I've always wanted to live in a dark, cool cave." Later, when Lisa looked for her bear, he was gone. "Oh, Mommy," she cried, "Corduroy isn't here where I left him." "I'm sorry, honey," her mother said. "But the laundromat will be closing soon and we must be getting home."
That's my one.
Lisa did not want to leave without Corduroy, but her mother insisted. "You can come back tomorrow," she said. "I'm sure you will find him." As they left, a young man wearing an artist's beret was taking his wet laundry out of a bag. The very bag Corduroy had discovered. Before he knew it, Corduroy was being tossed together with all the sheets, shirts, shorts, and slacks. Oh no, he's gonna go in the laundry.
Oh, yeah, watch.
Inside the dryer. But just as the artist was shutting the glass door, Corduroy tumbled out onto the floor. "How in thunder did that bear ever get mixed up with my things?" the artist wondered. Poor Corduroy was damp all over. "The least I can do for him is give his overalls a good drying," said the man. He unbuttoned Corduroy's shoulder straps and put his overalls in the dryer. Corduroy grew dizzy as he watched the clothes spinning around, but the artist became inspired. "This would make a wonderful painting," he said as he took his sketch pad out of his pocket and began drawing the swirling colors. "I can hardly wait to get back to my studio." Lily, can you sit on your bottom so Rylan can see? Finally, the dryer stopped whirling and the man gathered up the clothes. Then he helped Corduroy put on his warm, dry overalls. All at once, the manager of the laundromat called, "Closing time! Everybody out!" Corduroy was gently placed on top of a washing machine. "I wonder who that bear belongs to," said the artist as he was leaving. "He should have his name on someplace. He's too fine a fellow to be lost." As soon as the lights were turned off, Corduroy began his search again. He was surprised to see something white glowing in the dark. "Maybe it's snow," he said. "I've always wanted to play in the snow." You guys like playing in the snow? Me too. He accidentally tipped over the open-lidded box, and suddenly he was covered with soft, slippery soap flakes. Gradually, Corduroy began to slip and slide. "Oh, what fun," he said with a smile. "I've always wanted to ski down a steep mountainside." Yeah, that's probably what it sounded like. He landed paws first in an empty laundry basket. "This must be a cage," he said, peeking through the bars. You okay? You go get a drink? Get a drink.
Just wait until everyone's finished and the story's all done.
"I've never wanted to live inside a cage like a bear in the zoo." Can you sit on your bottom, please? But by now, Corduroy felt drowsy, and soon he nodded off to sleep.
I have this book at home.
You do?
Me too. Me too.
Next morning, when the manager came to open the laundromat, there was Lisa waiting. "I left something here yesterday," she explained. "May I look around?" "Certainly," said the manager. "My customers are always leaving things." Lisa was searching under the chairs in the back of the washing machine when she heard the manager call her. "Is this what you're looking for, Senorita?" "Yes, yes, he's my best friend," shouted Lisa. She reached in and picked Corduroy out of the basket. "So this is where you've been, you little rascals," she said. "It's time I took you home." Lisa thanked the manager and ran down the street, holding Corduroy tightly in her arms. "I thought I told you to wait for me," she said. "Why did you wander away?" "I went looking for a pocket," Corduroy said. "Oh, Corduroy, why didn't you tell me you wanted a pocket?" asked Lisa.
He did it.
That very morning, Lisa sewed a pocket on Corduroy's overalls. "And here is a card I've made with your name on it for you to keep tucked inside," she said. "I've always wanted a purple pocket with my name tucked inside," said Corduroy, as he and Lisa nuzzled noses.
I always sucker.
Okay, I need always have me with your bubbles. Nope, sit down, Anderson. Just sit down. Just for 1 second, okay? Alright. If you need to go potty, please raise a quiet hand. Alright.